As the United Nations marks its 70th anniversary this weekend, Europe is facing its worst refugee crisis since the world body was founded. Experts say this is one of the toughest tests the UN has ever faced. Turkey is a key partner in managing the crisis and is currently hosting more than 2.5 million refugees. So how is the UN handling the refugee crisis in Turkey? CCTV's Michal Bardavid is joining us live from Istanbul with more.
Yes, Turkey was one of the main entry points for the 600,000 refugees who have entered Europe just this year. And this is, of course, forcing the United Nations and Turkey to closely cooperate. But it's important to understand that the refugee crisis, of course, is causing a lot of ethnic, economic, and political tension in Turkey. So, yes, the United Nations is trying to support Turkey. For example, the operational budget of the Refugee Agency of the United Nations has increased from $17.7 million in 2010 to over $320 million in 2015. However, Turkish officials are saying that this is just not enough, and that is why they've called on European countries, for example, to support Turkey financially as well. Meanwhile, Turkish president, in a message for the 70th year anniversary of the United Nations, has called on UN member states to unite against terrorism. Susan?
Michelle, 2 weeks after the Ankara bombings and with only 1 week before the elections, what more do we know about the security situation and what we can expect to see during the elections?
Well, first of all, tension is very high in Turkey following the Ankara suicide bombing that killed 102 people. We're seeing a lot more police officers in major cities. In Istanbul especially, they saw a lot of police officers today in Taksim Square. Of course, it's also important to note that there are a lot more police officers on alert because local media is reporting that they have been notified that another potential suicide attack might take place in a major city. That is why they are on alert right now. It's been reported that they are searching for people who have connections, claiming that they have connections with Islamic State, and that one of these people has a German passport. So police, of course, are on alert for this potential suicide attack that could take place in the upcoming days. And of course, this is only with 1 week to go to the elections, as you mentioned, on November 1st. Tension is high. There's a lot at stake for this election. The result is going to be very critical for Turkey's future. But polls are saying that we do not expect the results to change. We don't expect the Justice and Development Party to have a single party majority win. Of course, this is going to depend on whether or not the Kurdish HDP, the People's Democratic Party, is able to pass the 10% threshold as it did in the June elections. Susan.
Michal Bardavid, thank you for that, joining us live from Istanbul.